Good afternoon and welcome back to Legacy of Love and Laughter. Now today we are probably going to be pretty scattered because we have been busy and upset and catching up with everything that's needs to go on at the campground. But we thought it was important to check in with you and to let you know how things are going here. So for those of you who don't know, this is Legacy of Love and Laughter, and Valerie and I, Alicia, make these videos for our loved ones and hope that one day our great and who knows far in the future family members will be able to see what life was really like for us and what our thoughts were about it. So because Valerie has had the deepest part of the loss, I would like to have her speak and first of all kind of give an update on where she is now from where she was with the first video we did. That was right after Donald passed away.
Yeah.
So we're going to go back there because you were talking about your little candle and everything.
Yeah. It's been a very difficult couple of weeks, and we're muddling through as best we can. A lot of responsibility, but sometimes that's a nice distraction. And it's very nice knowing there are people around that really care and want to be there for you. And that's campground people, friends, family. Everybody felt it. It was a big thing. And we worked very hard to make them a nice send-off, if that's what you want to call it. It was, some days were very hard. Some days are going to be hard still, maybe even harder. And I guess you got to move on. I know that. I just didn't anticipate going first, and I didn't think I'd have to worry about that. But here I am. I'm in charge of the boat now, and I'm just going to have to muddle through and ask friends and family and stuff to help me out when I get stuck. Hence my sister.
And everybody else out there.
She's there to help bail me out and push me through and tell me it's going to be okay. There are some days I don't know. Like some days when you need a tissue.
We've been very fortunate to have so many people come up to us and say, what can we do? What can we do? And we will be telling you what you can do down the road. Right now it's just sorting it out. What kind of advice would you give someone that hasn't experienced what you experienced for, like, it's been 1 month, 1 month tomorrow will be, 1 day from tomorrow will be 1 month since Donald passed away. So,
I don't believe he's gone.
yeah, well, he's really not in spirit.
No, but rolling over in bed and having nobody else next to you, it's tough.
Is there anything that helps to soften that for you?
Yeah, memories are good. And I also, as time goes along, different things come up, and you remember when you're sorting through belongings that belong to somebody else. How important was that? How important was it to you? How important was it to them? Should you keep it? Should you back it in the box? I'd have boxes and boxes of stuff because we have boxes and boxes of stuff. But he wasn't a collector of anything except big things like tractors and wagons and horse trailers and all that stuff, because that's what he did. That's what he loved to do. And we're trying very hard to kind of keep that going for a while anyway. Everybody's getting a little bit better at it, and I can't help it all. Not anymore. I just support them. That's all I can do. But I'll tell you one thing. If you've got a special something that means something to you, I have a good friend, who made these real cute little necklaces. And what they are, it's a little glass bottle.
Get as close as you can so they can see.
And in the little glass bottle are pieces from a wristwatch.
The innards, the gears, and nuts and bolts.
All the little tiny stuff, because this is a little tiny necklace. And they call it time in a bottle because of the little timepieces inside of the little bottle. And what I've done is I've taken Donald's wedding ring and put it on, so I can think of it during the day. It helps. It's support, you know.
And I buy those for people I love as well. And I put did I buy you that one? I thought I bought you one.
One what?
Those necklaces.
I don't know. This one here I bought myself because of the length of it.
You better look in your closets and stuff, because I'm pretty sure I bought you one. Anyway, I buy them for people I love, because there's a song, for those of you in generations to come probably won't know the song. Look it up. It's called Time in a Bottle.
You'll like it. It's a wonderful song.
Yes. And it said, let's see, if I could save time in a bottle, there's one thing that I'd want to do. I'd
First thing you
save
wanna
every
do.
moment.
Yep.
And da-da-da-da,
Save every moment till
eternity
eternity
passes.
and then I would spend them with you.
Yeah. So that's really nice, because I think that's important. And are you telling me, when you said like you're not sure what you're doing with some of the stuff, can I then assume that Donald did not will me his new tractor?
He wants to see you drive it first.
Probably wants to see it run me over. Sorry, just kidding. Just kidding. Yeah, and I
It's good
think
to laugh
that
sometimes. It's just plain good to laugh. It's good therapy.
it is.
And it's good to cry.
It is. And we also,
Pretty.
what you don't realize as you're going through it is it's like something is being drained. And for Valerie, it was through the loss of her love. For me, it was sheer time and energy and emotions and dealing with people. But and with Sammy, of course, it was the same thing. It was the loss of a love, and life as you once knew it no longer exists. So you have to find a way to make it work. And you're very right about memories. But the thing is, and this is something that I would give advice I would give to anybody, and I've learned in life is so true. When you are really tired, don't keep going. You've got to, don't do anything important. I was, helping out here when Memorial Day was coming, and I was so excited about my new book, and everybody was loving it that had done the beta reading and everything, and I was so exhausted, and I pushed myself so hard to get that book done. I uploaded an unedited manuscript, which then got printed, and so those books really aren't worth anything. Story's still good. But that's what I'm saying. Don't let yourself get so tired, and if you got something important to do, wait,
But rest when you need to rest.
Absolutely.
You really have to rest. And sometimes you have to rest all by yourself.
Yep.
It's nice to be with your friends, with the support and all the wonderful stuff, but sometimes you need to be quiet. Just be quiet.
Yeah.
Sit with your cat. Cats love people who are quiet.
They are, and they know when you got something going
And
on.
our Harry Potter comes around every time he has an opportunity. If he sees me sitting down, that's the signal. I need to have a friend. Today it's you, Harry Potter.
As someone who's firsthand experiencing this, we're not talking just a loss. We're talking a great loss. Because, Valerie and Donald were married for over 60 years. 60?
It would have been 62 this year.
And together a couple more years, before they got married. So, that's most of both of our lives, And what advice would you give? Like, people are giving you information, they're giving you advice, they're asking, what can I do, and stuff like that. At this point, with Don being gone for a month tomorrow, what would you tell people when someone you love loses someone they love? How can we be there for you? At this point, it'll change as it goes on, but right at this point, what would you say is important for other people to do for you, say to you, be with you?
Well, first of all, don't be afraid of being alone. You need your friends, you need your family, you need advice, but you also need quiet time. and you need to be able to be with yourself so you can sort out what you're really feeling. I don't mean the depression part. I mean, like, where have you been on this trip? One of the things Donald mentioned was being on a journey before he passed away in the hospital. And they mentioned the same thing during the Mass that they had for the funeral. Everybody's on a journey. It doesn't mean you're never going to run into the same people again. I'm hoping I do.
I think it's a plan. But what I was getting at is, like, for the people that love you, that want to be a help, you know, what kind of things could they do? For example, you said sometimes you have to be alone. So am I interpreting that as sometimes you have to say to the people who love you, I need some space, I need to be alone?
Yeah, I think I haven't done that yet. I haven't gotten to that point because people are wandering in and out of my house, in and out of the campground, in and out of everything, which really doesn't bother me because it means life is going on. Yeah. Everybody's trying to be as normal and helpful as they can. And by having them coming and going, whether it slows my day down or not, I don't get frustrated about it because they're all trying. They're all trying to be without leaning on you and making you feel put upon or anything like that. There's no pressure. Just having people in your space sometimes, it's reassuring. They like you. They want to be with you. It's not just him that they were liking. It's nice to know part of that was still for me. I'm still here, and they still come and tell me what a great guy he was. And it's not just the family, but I appreciate it from the family. I need it from the family, and I enjoy the fact that my friends are them. Somebody's always willing to give me a hug, to tell me that things are going to be good, that I'm doing a good job, that I'm being strong. That's an iffy point. The strong part, I'm not so sure about. But I love them all anyway, so they can be there. They can be in my space. And a lot of people don't want to necessarily talk about it. Just talk about anything. Talk about the weather. Talk about, it's good to see each other again. Do you remember when we did this or that? Or how about if we go to lunch? Or how about a movie? We took in a movie the other day. How many people after their spouse dies goes to an adventure movie? But here we were sitting in the movie theater in the middle of the afternoon watching, who were we watching?
Indiana Jones.
Indiana Jones, yeah. And whether it didn't matter what the movie was. Well, it did a little bit. There are certain things we just won't say.
Yeah, the trailers were.
But I don't know. You just got to know that things are going to get normal again. Whatever normal's going to be, normal might change. But right now, it's one day at a time. Don't give up. Don't get frustrated. Don't rush your decisions about what you need to do before you can go on, because it's going to be a long time. Even if it's 3 weeks, it's going to be a long time. For me, it's going to be years worth of getting acquainted with myself and making my decisions. And some of them are going to be pretty big decisions. I never carry more than $25 to $50 in my wallet. Now I'm learning that there are some places you go, it's going to cost you more than that. How about you use your charge card?
How about?
Which I hardly ever did.
Debit card is good.
I know.
What about, okay, so, you know, I had a teacher when I was in seminary, and sometimes she would talk about interactions with people, and people that would say things that it might be true, but she used to say, she would say to them, nothing could be more true or less helpful. What might you not want to tell someone who lost someone they love?
I think all the regular things are fine, but not you're going to get over it or you're going to make it through it or whatever. You know that deep down in your heart, you know you're going to make it there because you're certainly not going to die from this experience. But it's going to be different, and it's okay to be different.
Yeah.
You know, your life isn't going to be the same. You're going to have great memories. You're going to have some really crappy ones, because I have a few crappy ones. And I just put them in the dark room in my head, and I don't drag them out, because you're not going to change anything. Everything is as it should be. He's gone. I'm still here. And as long as I'm here, he's here.
Well, and I think sometimes you are such a gentle, passive person that sometimes you may not ask for what you really wish. So I would say to you, it really helps if you learn to ask. after Sammy passed away, and people would say to me, what can I do? What can I do? You know, your mind's like, eh. But one day I woke up to that, and I might have said this in the earlier video, but it bears repeating. Ellen said to me, what can I do for you? I said, I need food. I need food. I need food I can heat and eat, because the stuff in the fridge, I just don't want to cook. Just give me something I can heat and eat. And bless her heart, if she didn't come in with bags of stuff, and that was so very thoughtful.
I told people that they could make sandwiches for the memorial, and they made sandwiches. We had so many little sandwiches. It was a
Still
really
eating
best
them.
idea. Yeah, and they were wonderful, and everybody put their heart into that stuff. Whether they made them themselves, whether they picked them up at the deli, whatever they did, they made homemade cookies, and it was just, it was a really glorious the whole procedure was great. The church was like a mess I've never seen before. 2 priests and the Knights of Columbus were there, and they were so impressive looking. I know they were probably a little nervous because they don't do that every day of the week either. But they brought the ashes in. They brought the ashes into the hall later. It was a very special thing that not everybody gets to have, and I'll hold that in my heart forever, because it was just for him, because they don't wear those big fancy hats anymore and the big capes and stuff like that. So I felt very privileged having people volunteer to do that kind of stuff. That was so nice. Food and where you're having a ceremony like that, the priests were there, and they were wonderful, and it was nice because they know who he was. They knew there were personal things in the church that that the priests were aware of. It wasn't like you're talking about a stranger trying to fit the right words into the right situation. If you felt comfortable, you felt like these people really did care, they really did know him, and it did make a difference.
And I know we've all been concerned about Val and how she's doing, because people say, how's she doing? And for those of you like me that were concerned, I'm going to be really honest, by the time Dawn passed away, I was very, very worried about you. You know, she didn't walk, she shuffled, she was bent over and white. We're a little extra colorful today because we threw on some blush, because we always look too white in these movies, in these videos. But I want you to know, as me observing her and observing her with love, she is really, it might not feel like it to her, but she is getting better every day. And she does.
I have a lot of help. Somebody's always feeding me and making me goodies and telling me everything's going to be all right.
And sometimes doing what she doesn't want, giving her a lot of advice, because she told me that the other day. She said, sometimes you just want to talk, you don't want advice.
More or less, sometimes that happens. If I could have figured it out, I would have figured it out. But sometimes it's just like, listen to me for a while, and that makes you feel better. Get it all out, because you know it's not going to go anywhere. So it has to be somebody that you trust and that's close to you and is willing to listen and not give advice also. See?
I can't do that. So I told her, just when I give advice, just kind of, That's what she always did in the past. Well, I think that hopefully that updated you on where we are right now. And we pray knowing that, you know, we may or may not do another update, or we may just kind of weave things in our future videos.
I'll tell you, it was really hard. She's writing the newsletter this week. And this will be the first time it'll be a picture of just me on the front instead of me and Don. It's nice, but it's sad.
You got around that.
I got around it?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
You took the picture of Don from your...
Oh, yeah. It's a tape to my computer. So I see him every minute of every day that I'm sitting in front of my computer. That's a little weird, but it was really kind of nice. He's there with me all the time.
That's true. And we're so happy that you're in our lives, and if for our future generations, we hope that you like seeing us going through our lives and what we think, and adding a bit of advice sometimes.
Yeah, well, we hope that something we say hits home with you. It makes you feel better, or it makes you Well, there's those of you who are going to be worried about us. Of course, these videos we're hoping to go on for years. So our great-grandchildren don't have to be worried about us. We're going to die.
Not in any hurry.
And not in a big hurry, but we're not afraid because there's going to be people waiting for us when we get there. We're counting on it.
We're counting on it.
And you guys can make sure. Put it in paper.
That's right. That's right. And pray.
And pray.
Okay. Well, we will see you probably sooner than you think.
Thanks for checking in on us.
God bless. Bye-bye.